Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Convention with the weekly comic book roundup. We're at our in the last video. We covered this week's Marvel books. Now we dive into this week's Image books. Starting off, we've got G.I. Joe #1. This is the Cobra cover, but also check out the. This is actually the wraparound cover, but the focus is on the Joe team at the moment. Anyways, so in light of the Cybertronian quote-unquote threat to Earth, codename G.I. Joe has been formed. And also, in light of the newly discovered existence of Energon, Cobra has been formed. So the issue opens. Flashback to basically the events that of Duke throughout of the Duke miniseries, as well as his first encounter with the Cybertronian. But the team is in a training exercise, taking on drones, while Duke gives his thoughts on them. Rock and roll, heavy artillery, top of his class. He's got a big heart and loyal to the day he dies. Stalker, as deadly as he can be in any given situation, he's also great at diffusing them. Explains how he knows so many different languages. He's got a way with talking to people in the same way he knows how to handle a weapon. Cover Girl, builds tanks that can take a beating, and she isn't afraid to test them herself. Clutch, best driver Duke knows. In the streets or in the field, he has his flaws. Maybe a little old school, but if Duke needed to ride in the battle, Clutch is his first choice. And then there's Baroness. Duke can't deny her talents, though she's a war criminal. And they met in a military prison. So the next cell over. But speaking of Baroness, during the training exercise, their guns are useless against the drones they're going after, and Baroness's jetpack stalls out. Duke saves her, and after the exercise, Baroness states that any real battle will surely be Joe's graveyard. Then in Springfield, Destro is surveying the forces of Cobra. Cobra's been upgrading their weapons, the destructive firepower and destructive capability of their weapons with Energon, which also fuels assets such as the battle android troopers. However, it is not enough. Mercer joins him, as well as Cobra Commander, to show off a rifle. Powered by Energon. Makes short work of body armor. Cobra Commander is quite pleased. In Abu Dhabi, entrepreneur is taken on by a man in a suit, and it suggests that the man in the suit that the entrepreneur not sell to Mars Industries. And then he's called home. At the pit, Hawk gives Duke a pep talk. Basically saying that, you know, he's training the Joes to be just like him. But the thing is, they got one of him. Train them to be the best of themselves. The next morning they have there's a mission briefing, and Clutch is designing a multi-purpose attack vehicle he calls the Vamp. But apparently, after the recent splashdown of a chunk of Cybertron, what splashed down is being studied in a government lab. The Joes are meant to are being assigned to protect it, while Cobra, at the same time, is planning to steal it. And so, Baroness is not happy with the with this mission, but Cobra attacks initially with a Cobra Fang, piloted by a bat. Well, maybe not by a bat, but the Cobra troops attack the building, led by Mercer. And Mercer takes the new energon-powered rifle and seemingly kills Rock and Roll. And that is where the issue ends. Damn. Rock and Roll, R.I.P. I say seemingly is, you know, I don't know. Well, we'll see. It seemed pretty, you know, he seemed pretty dead, though. Moving on to our next book, we've got Transformers number 14. Where we left off, Starscream had been recovered by a Mars excavation inside a volcano. However, the lava had destroyed the lower half of his body. And while this was going on, Starscream was reminiscing about his past. So the issue opens with the people from Mars making their modifications to Starscream, basically grabbing him onto his tank, and they've put a failsafe in, explosives, high yield, throughout Starscream's body. Um, but the leader of the Mars expedition makes a deal with Starscream. His name's Horton. And so, as Horton desires power and Starscream desires power, well, you know, their aims are aligned. In a flashback, we see the first time that Starscream executed Autobots. He didn't want to. He didn't want to do it, but Megatron had transformed into his gun form and taken control of Starscream, and he began to relish his role of as Megatron's executioner. As Starscream and his captors make their way through, they come upon Astrotrain. Apparently, Astrotrain was promised Megatron by Soundwave, but he was betrayed by Soundwave, and so Starscream makes a deal with him, and they find the chunk of Cybertron. But tidal wave comes in. Everyone gets aboard Astrotrain, and in the tidal wave, Starscream finds the Combaticons. And, they're reunited, and the general opts to activate the kill switch, and yeah, no. Apparently, Starscream made a deal with them to remove the charges. All of the Mars expedition are killed except for Private Martin, who is to be Starscream's personal illustrator, as well as Private Red's cat, who Starscream's taking a liking to. And so, they intend to take the battle to Soundwave. And that is where the issue ends. Interesting. I find it amusing that Starscream decided he's a cat Autobot, but yeah. Or Cybertronian. Decepticon. Moving on though to our last book for the week, we've got Witchblade number 5. Where we left off, Sarah Pazzini's been having trouble keeping control of herself and controlling the Witchblade. So the issue opens with her dreaming about the Witchblade, especially the first time it took control of her. But she wakes up and finds Ian in her place. He's cooking her breakfast. She kicks him out. She goes, well, he basically broke in. But she kicks him out and tosses the food he was cooking out the window. At the gym, she's working with one of the cops that she's working out with, sparring with one of the cops that she's been working on the case about her father's murder with, Michael. And they're pulling out files, checking and Tara's looking for false drawers and hidden panels, anywhere, anything that might have had might be a way to keep files. In the Bronx, Sarah goes to her grandmother's house, finds a photo of her dad and his partner. Apparently, partner's presumably dead, but they, her and the other officers she's working with, they realize they discover there's a house in his mother's part of his mother's name. And manages to get some intel that, yeah, the house in Staten Island is basically owned by a partner. And so Michael and Sarah go to investigate the house, and some oil gets in some of it's gotten to some people, and of course Sarah can't activate the Witchblade, but until she absolutely has to. But after they're taken out, Ian shows up with her father's partner. He's dragging him about down the basement stairs. But he taunts her, saying that since she wasn't hungry, maybe Ian thought he'd see if there was anything else she wanted. And that is where the issue ends. Interesting. Very interesting. So it's quite nice seeing Sarah have to fight for control of her body, her mind, everything from the Witchblade. It provides an extra layer of things, I guess. It's been a long time since I read any Witchblade. Probably close to 30 years. But anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. Big shout out to Patreon, Red Band's Penis. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.